So, this is about the most white trash gun I own. So I figured I'd do this with the flannel and no shirt underneath because I don't own a wife beater. If I did, I'd wear that. So anyway, I've got what I am gonna call the Mossberg Shockwave-L. Okay. Um, put some tape on here. This is my Mossberg 500. It's a 500, not a 590. There's a difference, but it's negligible in my opinion. So this is a 20-inch barrel. I'll go ahead and address this because I'm ready to take this shit off. It's not sticking on good anyway. So this is a 20-inch barrel. This is also clear, just for the people who are gonna freak out or whatever. Nothing there, nothing there. We're good. So 20-inch barrel. If you had an 18.5 inch, it would be this much shorter. Which, since we're just talking about shotgun stuff in general, that is actually why I went with the 20, because this holds like 7+1 instead of 5+1. I figured, the 2 extra, shells were worth this much extra overall length. This, which actually I mismeasured, it should be a little bit further out this way, is the 14-inch mark that the regular Mossberg Shockwave would be, or your Black Aces Tactical, or your Remington Tac 14, or whatever. So I got this today. I got the gray because I think mixed match colors look cool. If you think I'm wrong, look at the Scar and that new Beretta 92 they did and all that, right? Those have like 3 different colors on them. So anyway, Shockwave-L. Why and what's the logic? So I have super short arms. I'm like 5'8". I'm like 5'8.5", but I'm not going to run around telling people I'm 5'8.5". I'm also not going to round up to 5'9", but I digress. I have a regular stock on here. You notice this looks funny. I cut this down to be a 12-inch length of pull. For anybody who doesn't know, length of pull is the distance from the very end of your stock to the trigger. This had like it was a long, so you had to do that super bladed, like, old school stance, and I like, stand a little bit more straight. So I cut that down to 12 because I had originally planned on just buying either the Magpul stock that's got the little spacers you can take in and out, or buying a Hogue 12-inch length of pull stock. Knowing what I know now after cutting that down, that honestly sounds like it felt a tiny bit too short, okay? So what I'm probably gonna do is order the Magpul eventually. That way I can make it somewhere in between how it comes from the factory and 12-inch, because the 12, it did seem a tiny bit short for me, but that's me. This is actually pretty legit. I have not shot this yet. The grip just came in today. I ordered this directly from Shockwave Technologies, the company that manufactures them. Got it within a week. Got it a day early. I was supposed to get it tomorrow, so that was pretty cool. Why do this to a gun this long instead of just buying a Shockwave that would be, this short? So a 14-inch barrel on the Mossberg Shockwave versus a 20-inch on this. 6 inches, okay, difference in barrel. If you really wanted something that was as compact as possible, then of course the Shockwave is going to be a better option. My issue is the Shockwave is still like about almost 26.5 inches overall length, because the way it falls into the legal loophole of a firearm versus a short-barreled shotgun is the overall length has to be 26 inches, or well, it's got to be over 26 inches. I think they're like 26.27, or yeah, something goofy like that. That's why they have this grip and not a pistol grip, because having that much length here gives them that overall, 26. But here's the thing: if you had an 18.5 inch barreled, just regular old Mossberg 500 or a Maverick 88 or a Remington 870 or something like that, okay, you're talking about, 4 inches, 4.5 inches, which is a lot. Like that's a lot. Okay, don't get me wrong, guys. But no, seriously, if the Shockwave was shorter overall, where maybe you could get it in a bag or something like that, I could see a little bit more like, okay, cool. in my opinion, well, I mean, technically it's my opinion, technically it's a fact. You're going to get a better pattern out of a barrel this long than you would out of a 14-inch, period. That's just the way it is. Even with flight controlled wide, specialty, whatever stuff and all that, you're going to get a tighter pattern with a longer barrel. So, for me personally, I'm having trouble getting this entire thing in the frame, versus this, just having that, I'm not hiding it in a bag. You know what I mean? I've got a gun for that. Honestly, I wouldn't be carrying this around anyway. You know what I mean? This would be like a home defense, fun gun, whatever, honestly, because, the way it's set up. I've still got the stock if I want it for any kind of serious use or whatever. But I actually, just throwing it up, don't have a problem just getting those sights. You know what I mean? Like I said, no, I haven't shot it like this yet. This grip is also insanely smooth. I don't know why they wouldn't put some kind of texture on it. It might be a, cost of manufacturing thing, I don't know. This thing was like just under 30 bucks after shipping and all. You know what I mean? Which is great, don't get me wrong. And what I'm probably going to do is stipple this. Some people do like athletic tape, like it comes on like a tennis racket. My thing is I wear a size medium glove, so I like, pretty much the size it's at. I wouldn't want it any thicker than that. Plus, aesthetically, I feel like it'll take away from my little two-tone whatever thing I've got going. So yeah, I'm probably just going to stipple it. Which stippling is not that hard. I may or may not make a really short video about, stippling it while I'm doing it, just to kind of show how I do it. It's really not that hard, you guys. The thing about stippling, without going down a rabbit hole, is if you're going to stipple your gun, whether it's something like this or your actual handgun or something like that, just stipple everything else that you've got before you ever touch your gun. Watch a bunch of videos, figure out how you're going to do your borders and stuff. The borders is really the biggest thing. I would recommend not trying to do any kind of goofy, like, dragon skin pattern shit, because it's going to look fucking stupid, period. I mean, it's going to end up looking dumb. Even if you do it well, chances are it'll look stupid, and you'll be like, I wish I would have just done something basic. I did like large dots on my Glock 19, and it works great. Looks good, looks clean, looks classy, and grips, which is, the goal. But it's not some kind of corny, like, snake skin pattern, da-da-da, unless, you're into that, but whatever. So anyway, yeah, the Mossberg Shockwave-L. We're going to see how this does this weekend. I'm going to take it out. I'm actually, in the middle of all this craziness, found a whole bunch of buckshot. So, I got a good handful of that about a week or so ago. So I'm going to take it out, see how it patterns, because it's some Fiocchi. I don't think I've ever shot Fiocchi double-aught buck. So I'm going to see how it does out of this. I normally do just the Remington green and yellow box, 9 pellet, whatever. It works good, you know what I mean? And is normally readily available, but So, yeah, got my little white trash, you know what I mean? Shockwave-L. The Shockwaves, 6 months ago, were like $360 everywhere. Now, I saw them on Arms List a couple weeks ago. People were trying to sell a used Mossberg Shockwave for like $600 and $700 because a lot of people want them with all the stuff going on, especially like new gun owners and stuff. A lot of people want them, and people are paying that. If you want a Mossberg Shockwave, go to your local academy or something like that, Academy Sports or whatever. Give them your phone number, because I went to an academy about a week or two ago and asked them if they were still getting stuff like that in, and they said they were. They're just selling out as soon as they got them. So go up there, give them your phone number, tell them, call me as soon as the truck comes in with these things on them, and I'll come up there and get one. They're still selling them for normal price, okay? Don't buy some asshole's used shotgun for $600 or $700. These are not fancy, like, they're not fancy or high-end by any means. They just work. This one right here, I think, was like $4.99 when I bought it. Was it $4.99 or $3.99 or $4.99, something like that? Just basic, whatever. You get the Maverick 88 for cheaper than that, especially if you find one used. And they just work, you know what I mean? It's not like the $150, you know, turkey special, like, you know, the imported shotguns from Turkey, which, you know, hit or miss, I guess, but I'm not an expert, so I'm not gonna, you know, really comment on that, but can't beat it. So let's see how this thing does. When I take it out to shoot, probably take some gloves, you know, just in case with all of that, and then, yeah, probably end up stippling it, you know, something kind of nice, do a nice little border, and, you know, maybe not do a pattern with the stippling itself, but just do a pattern that is stippled instead of just stippling the whole thing, but we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, thought I'd share that Mossberg Shockwave-L model, okay? If you really want to get into a shockwave, maybe try this first if you can't find one, you know what I mean? Especially, like I said, if you've got an 18.5 inch, it'll be even, you know, a little bit shorter than that. But yeah, so that's it. Have fun, guys.